Hello everybody and welcome back to part 2 of the Wild Beyond the Witchlight map packs, and today we are doing Thither. And so, the initial encounter in Thither is just a road with some random encounters as well as a fairy circle. So we have that here, a very basic road, and there's also a cave, which is, I believe... What's the name of the gentleman that runs it? Nib. I've actually put his name on there. Nib's Cave. So, you start your characters here and you sort of move them slowly down as the random encounters occur. And then once they reach the cave, we got the exit area, the entry area here. And then just the actual cave itself up the back here. You can just fog of war that pretty easily. And yeah, that's the basics of this map. Very, very straightforward. Nothing too exciting there. The second map for that is Little Oak. Little Oak is the home of Will of the Wild and his Lost Boys, essentially. He's the Peter Pan character. Little Oak is a sentient tree, so I've used the Deku tree, the Great Deku tree, to represent Little Oak, even though it is a bit too big for that particular thing. You've got Star, the little Displacer Beast, Sloane, Bobby, and Zenor. These are just smaller versions, just regular miniatures. And then, of course, Will of the Wild here. Now, a thing about Will is that he has a bit of a secret, so spoilers for those who are wanting to play this and not get the spoiler, but... Okay, you gone? Will is actually an Oni, which can be revealed later on, so he's actually a multi-part mini, so if you hit the 2, it switches him into his main form if that combat encounter should occur. And then up the back here, we just have the interior of the maps from Master Maps, with their little house with all the bunk beds and chests and whatnot for if you want to have a little encounter on the inside. But again, this is more of a social encounter anyway, so you're probably not going to need that map, but built it anyway, regardless. Next up, we have the Wayward Pool. So one of the things you've got to do in this particular bit is to meet up with a unicorn. So we have the Wayward Pool, the unicorn Eldon is there, and you've got the beacon. This is a multi-part thing, so you can set it to one when the beacon's out, and then when the players light the beacon, you can pick your color, being either purple or regular. And then, of course, we have the assassination attempt from Zarek. So we have our custom Zarek mini here, Zarek the Orc Rogue. And that's basically that one there. One thing you probably could do is actually just stick Zarek in the bush here until the players... until that encounter is ready to go, but the mini's there for however it is you wish to utilize it. Same thing with Eldon. And now the big one that we've got coming up here is actual Loom Lurch. This one is a fairly complex map. So Loom Lurch being the big fallen log. It's kind of tricky because it's a very large 3D map. It has multiple floors to it, and so to make this one a bit more interesting, I actually built the entire thing in 3D. So you've got the exterior, the dry riverbed or dry-ish riverbed, the bridge across. Then you've got the market on the outside here. You've got the various goblins and other creatures selling things. You've got Chucklehead. When I built this, they didn't have the ability to make an apple-headed creature, so he's a pumpkin-headed creature, but I think for the purposes of the actual encounter, that's fine. Just for the hell of it, you've actually got 2 goblins in a coat here, and then you've got the... Whoops, hang on, you get this right. You've got the toy shop and the toy shop windows here. You can see inside, but we'll get to that in a moment. Up the back here, you have the buried red cap circle. The mushrooms here don't actually move. However, there is a red cap mini that comes with it, which is actually placed out the front here. So if you need to, you can delete those and replace that with the red caps when the encounter kicks off. Now, as for the other side here, we have the pumpkin patch, as well as the compost heap, which is the shambling mound, the pig pen and the goat pen, the plants and more fallen trees, and other such things. I don't have... Do I or did I? Oh, I did. There it is. That's the rocking horse, as well as the box for the dragon to use as teleports. Now, the tricky part with this particular map here, to forego using the fog of war, I've essentially made this thing dismantleable. So every section is actually removable from the roof. So you've got the initial room here, the tea room, and then to get to the next area here, you just slide the roof off using the move tool. You got the workshop with the different kids. This level here has got the bedroom. Now here's one of the tin soldiers, as well as Pud and one of the other kids, Brotor, in the bed. So it can be a little bit tricky just to make sure things are right. So what you've got to do to move these is highlight that, but also highlight each of the minis there, and then just slide the whole thing. It'll go like that. I'd probably grab the door as well if you really want to, but like I said, it's a little bit complicated, but it shouldn't be too difficult. That's why I'm sort of showing this off. But yeah, you slide the roof off to the different areas here, and you can see various areas. Stairs going up. These are the rooms with the tin soldiers, the animated rug, pincushion, and Wendell. Stairs moving up, of course. Moving further down this way here. We have the storage rooms. Up here, we have more of the work rooms, more of the tin soldiers, and the kids working at the looms. And do the same deal with this. Just grab the doors as well. Just slide the whole thing over. Underneath here, spiral staircase leading up. Oh, hang on. She got left behind. Continuing to move through the building. We have the kitchen with Cradlefall and Mishka, and there's the big wood fire oven that they have. In that little bit there, that's where they keep Elkhorn, the dwarf who works for the Legion of Malevolence. What are they called? I can't remember their names now off the top of my head. Hero Valor's Call? Hero's Call? Let me look it up. Give me a moment. I was right. It is Valor's Call. Yes, you got the League of Malevolence, the Hourglass Coven, and Valor's Call. Those are the three main groups. Yeah, so his mini is there for when you need it, as well as Granny Nightshade. She's actually a bit big here. These are 10-foot squares. But I've got the custom Granny Nightshade with her big key in the back. So this is sort of where I've kept all the minis for the stuff you need to spawn up as the adventure goes on. Anyway, up here, you've got Granny Nightshade's bedroom, but you got her study first, and then the staircase up, and then of course her bedroom here with the little doll's house, the cradle, and the other room there. So we can put that back where it belongs for when that encounter there happens. And yeah, that's basically it. So as you see, it looks fairly complicated. It's pretty self-explanatory. You might want to practice moving, knowing which bits to click on when you want to move the map. But yeah, there it is, the full Loom Lurch. And in the next update, we'll have the updates. Well, not the updates, just the uploads, I should say, for Yon. Unfortunately, the Motherhorn map isn't going to be anywhere near as complicated as this, because it was just a map that I really couldn't quite get my head around in terms of how to make it as functional as what these ones are. So it's going to be just another basic one, similar to Bavlorna's cottage. But yeah, anyway, that is part 2 of the Wild Beyond the Witchlight maps. Stay tuned for part 3. And until next time, remember to keep on blending. Bye!